Okay, so in the previous session, we discussed about data conversions or data migrations. What is the use of data migration? So, data migration techniques are used to convert non-SAP data into SAP. Okay, what is non-SAP data?
like files, text files or things.
Non-SAP data might be in any form. Okay, so let's say this is our SAP ERP system. So the data might be in the form of text file, Excel file, or comma separated file, that is CSV. So all the fields will separate with comma here. CSV files. So why we use files? There might be many sources and databases. Okay, but why we use files? When we are working on data migration, right, we need to deal with the bulk data like millions of records which are created for the past 4 years or 5 years, because we consider only operational data, right, in OLTP systems, not historical data. We are not going to upload maybe 20 years data or 15 years data, right? The business will decide what is the data that is operational and that is required. So those records they are going to convert somehow, that will be in some databases, right? Oracle or some third party databases as of now. So they'll convert all the data into files. That might be a notepad text file, Excel file, or comma separated files. Depends on the requirement. They choose relevant file type. Okay. And what it will be, then we need to upload that file data into SAP using some programs. Upload in the sense where we need to upload that. First, we need to convert the data in the file to which one? Into internal table. Let's design in this way. So we upload text file data into internal table using some FM or method. We'll be having function modules or class methods. For which purpose? To convert file data into internal table records. Okay, so we'll be using function modules or class methods. So once the data is uploaded, once the data is populated to internal table, whatever the file data, what is the next step?
Validator.
So once the data validation is completed, then we insert that data into relevant database tables. That might be one table or multiple tables, depends on the scenario and requirement. Okay. When we are trying to upload sales order data, are we going to upload into one single table? No, there will be around 4 or 5 tables like VBAK, VBAP. If there are deliveries, we need to update LIKP, LIPS, sales charge status, VBRP, VBUK. Yeah, again, these are obsolete. Multiple tables we are going to update or insert. We're not going to deal with single table. Okay. So it depends on the requirement. We need to validate the data and we need to insert that data into all relevant tables, right? You might have one doubt like you might ask me a question. So I'm talking about the data is in some non-SAP databases, right? Some non-SAP systems, right? Why can't we directly connect that database with SAP ERP system and read the data directly? Can't we do that? Can't we directly connect this SAP ERP system to the third-party system database by using some connection? And can we transfer the data to SAP ERP? Is that possible? Instead of downloading it to some files and again uploading it to internal table, that is also possible. You can connect with those databases directly by using some RFC connections. But why that is not going to work here? Because here we are dealing with huge data, millions of records. We are trying to upload at once, right? We are trying, we are here we are handling with bulk data. So when we connected with, right, when you connected with external systems, so communication is very not very you cannot handle millions of records. You can handle record by record. The daily transactions you can handle by using that interface technique. Interface in the sense creating some connections between source system and the target ERP system, and we can transfer the data. But if they are daily transactions, it can handle, that interface can handle, but they cannot handle batch data, bulk data. Okay, so for that reason we are going to use these files. First we are going to convert the data into files and we are going to upload those files into internal table, right? Also in some cases, like if you take uh, any example, for example, if you take railways, if you take railways railways are going through some remote areas, right? Those tracks and all. If you take any railway company, all those tracks and all will go through some forest and some remote areas, right? Who are all working on the field, who are all working on the field, they may not have system access or there's portal access or online applications access, SAP access. Then at the time, what they do, they maintain whatever the data they want in some Excel file, right? Or in some text file. For example, 1,000 workers are like working in some on some railway track repair the railway track or to fix something on the railway track in the remote area, to maintain their data, to maintain their attendance, to maintain their wages or to maintain their salaries. So they may not have proper application online, like they may not have internet connectivity. Then what they do? They'll maintain all the data in a Excel file or in a text file, their attendance or whatever. Then once they reach the office, what they'll do? They'll upload that Excel file data into SAP, because all the transactions should happen in SAP, right? Everything should be recorded, right? Every transaction. So they maintain the data in Excel file and they will upload it into the SAP system. In that case also, in that scenario also, we use this file handling techniques. Okay. When the data is maintained in some files, and if you want to convert that file into SAP data, or if you want to insert that file data into SAP tables, then also you need to use this file handling techniques. Not only in time of data migration, but there might be other scenarios also when you have data in the form of file. Okay, clear? Now observe this. I'm talking about files, right? Again, there are two types. File can be in your local system or in local laptop, or file might be in some shared server, some application server, so that program will automatically select that file from the server and execute, or we need to upload it manually if it is in the local system. So we'll see both scenarios. Now, how to upload file into internal table? We can use a function module, some function module. For example, here we use
GUI underscore.
mm, GUI underscore upload. And for Excel, there is another function module. Let me find it.
Text underscore convert XLS to SAP.
SAP. Yes. For Excel, text underscore. Where is text size? Text. Yeah. So this is the file to upload Excel file. Okay. And we have another function module. We can also use GUI. Uh, we can also use GUI upload for CSV files also, but there is a specific function module, that is text convert. I think CSV to SAP. So this is the function module we use, upload comma separated files. Okay. I'll show you one example of file, how we need to prepare a file. Notepad. So this is the text file. Notepad file is the text file. That might be .txt or .dat. .dat means data files. Both are considered as text file. Now, how the sample record will be look like this. For example, if you take employee records, So what is the separator here? To identify the different fields, what are we using here? We are
Comma.
using comma separator, so that we can identify, okay, first field is the employee ID, second field is the employee name, third field is the city, because there is a separator. If there is no separator, the program will consider both as a single field, because we don't know, right, what is the field name and all. Or there is another approach. There is another approach. We need to maintain by length. What is the maximum length allowed for? So I'm showing you in projects how we maintain files data, or how we receive files. Like what is the data of how they are going to maintain the data. They'll use different approaches, different separators, file separators. I'll explain each scenario. So we can use in most projects use comma separators like this. Okay. But if in some cases, if you take address, if you take address, there is a field called address, and that is street 1, comma, line 3. This is single field only. I am assuming, like, as per the data, this is single address only, single line only, single field data only. But there is a comma in between, right? But actually this is a address field data, like this. Employee ID, name, city, address. So all this data is related to address field, but there is a comma in between which is separating street and line, right? Or maybe you can also take like this, house number, comma, street 1. If you use comma separator, there will be an issue, right? It is, if you use comma separator, what it will do? It will consider this as a separate field and this part of the address as a separate field, correct? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
There is an issue here if you use comma separators, because it's going to split a single field into two different columns, two different fields by using comma. So in this case, comma separators are not suitable. If you if like in you analyze your data, check your data, is there any commas in the data which are not separators, but commas are part of the data? In that case, we should accept as it is, right, including commas. But if you use comma separators, the program will treat the data as two different fields. In that case, comma separators are not suitable. So you need to go for a different separator, which is unique, and there is no, that separator is not available in the data values. For example, not this one. Where is the pipe symbol? Hmm. You can use, instead of comma in this case, you can use this separator to separate the fields. So this issue, like this scenario, when we are working with text files, that means .txt or .dat files. When you are using Excel files, anyway, it will treat like the data will be available in separate columns. So now, if you have commas in a field value, you need to use a different separator. That is pipe symbol, like this. Now this is the separator. Now it will consider only 4 columns or 4 fields, right? Or there is another alternative using tab space. Tab space. Tab space is the separator. Okay. So when you are uploading the file, you have to check the file and you have to define the separator. What is the separator available in file? You have to define it in the program. So that program will automatically identify the columns. Depends on the separator. Okay. This is tab separator, tab space for every field. Okay. There is one more scenario. In some projects, how they use depends on the length. Depends on the length we build the programs. What is the maximum length for employee ID?
3.
Notepad plus plus I should have shown you a better way. Okay, anyway, the maximum length allowed for employee ID. What is the maximum length allowed? We created a custom table, right? What is the data type and length? Character 10, I think, correct? Maximum
Yes.
length allowed is char 10. Now, in the file, we'll maintain 10 character space for that employee ID. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, whatever the data available in the file, the first 10 characters, that is like this 0 of 10. Starting from 0, next 10 characters. What is that value?
Employee ID.
Employee ID. So, what is the length of name? Is it 20 or 40?
10, 40, 18. 40, sir. 40.
Yeah, please observe. Starting from 10th character, like from here. How many positions that is reserved for employee name?
What?
Next 40
10.
characters. This is called offset. It is very useful in the programs. Please observe. Okay, we call this as offset. For example, there is some character, and if you want to take only specific part of it, not everything, so that you can use offset. This one, right? This one, it is the starting point from where you want to start. This one, right? What is the next characters? Right? Here we are starting at 10th character and next 40 characters. Okay? Starting from 10th position, read next 40 characters. Similarly, for city also, we maintain a specific length, that is 10 characters is the maximum length. So we are going to maintain 4, 4, 8, 9, one more space, 10. That's it. This is the space reserved for city in the file. What is that space?
50.
Now tell me how to read this city from the file.
50 of 10.
Yes, exactly. Starting from 50th character, because combine both of these. Okay. So this complete length. Name is 40 characters and employee ID is 10 characters. Now 50 of how many characters we need to take starting from 50th position?
10.
10. That is city. Now for address will assume it is some 20 characters. We'll give some space. This is reserved for address. This space is reserved for address. How to read address?
60 of
Yes, 60 of 10. So the file will be created, or file will be data will be created in the file in this format also with fixed length. What we call this? Fixed length. Okay, fixed length. When we are writing the program to read this file, we have to follow the fixed length conditions. Okay, so fixed length is the separator here. So we can use separator like comma or pipe symbol, or we can use tab separator, or we can use a fixed length. Okay, now how many fields are here? Employee ID, name, DOJ, city, country, and phone number. Now we'll maintain some data. Our scenario is we have some employee master records in Excel in a text file, and we need to insert the data into SAP table. Okay, so the file input is text file. We'll build the file for this first. So we have employee ID, employee name, DOJ, and DOJ, city, country, and phone. So we'll build data for this first. Which separator we use? Shall we try tab separator? I'll use tab space. I'm not going by fixed length or any separator. I'll use tab space. Tab, again tab space. Date of join. What is the SAP's internal date format?
year a month.
Year.
Year, month, date, right? Without any separators. But the third party system's date format is different. That might be in different formats. Oracle date format Oracle date format is different. MS SQL date format is different. Right? We might get the date in any format, like American date format, DD, YYYY. We might receive or we might get the data in this format, or DD, YYY. So we might receive in any format. So for now, we'll take like this. Sorry, tab separator. Tab,
Country.
country is IN, tab, some phone number. Tab is little difficult to maintain the file. Okay, We don't know. For example, I'll just use some space. I'm not sure is it a tab space or normal space, right? That's why we use separators, some separator to separate the file. Tab, I will maintain the data. See here for this record, tab separator is different. So we need to make sure every record is having some tabs separator, and we'll remove this. Save this file in somewhere in your local system. Oh no. Where I have to create this file in this remote system. Okay, not here again. I'll create there. I'm not sure I can copy to the remote system. Now let's build the file in the remote server, not in your local laptop, because we are using remote connect, right? If the SAP server is installed in your laptop, and if you are able to access SAP GUI in your laptop itself, you can create the file in your laptop. But we are accessing SAP using a remote connection, right? We are connecting to a different system, right? Using remote connectivity, and we are working there. So we need to create file in that remote system.
Copy is not working.
E100. Let me create the file. Space, tab space, date of join, tab space, tab space, IN, some phone number. Okay, these are enough. 10. So save the file in the system. Now we'll create the program to upload this file into SAP, right? To convert this notepad file data into SAP by inserting the data into relevant table. Now we'll create the program. What is the transaction code to create the program? Don't worry about function modules, methods, or whatever. You can find plenty of examples online in SAP blogs. Only thing is you need to understand the concept, okay? How we are going to do it so that you can search in that way, okay? You don't need to have all technical details, all technical expertise, but you should have the idea on how you are going to do it, right? If someone give you a file and ask you to convert it into SAP or insert into SAP tables, you may not know how to create the program, what is the function module you need to use, right? But you should have at least an idea, like how we are going to do it. Do we need to create a function module for this? Do we need to create a program for this, right? So that kind of idea you need to have, because we have help everywhere in the SAP blocks. Most of the programs you can just copy and paste these kind of file uploads and everything. Only thing is you need to change the structures, depends on the file. So we'll create the program. Now tell me, what is the input for the program?
Text file.
Text file is the input here, okay? Text file with data. Executable program, nothing new here. You know all these concepts. Only thing is we need to call few function modules. That's it. Now start with the selection screen.
Sir, again.
Now we'll define some parameter to upload the file. P underscore some file path type. For now I'll take string. So this is to handle the file path. I'm not sure what is the maximum length possible, or maybe I don't know what is the file length. Okay, that is including folder path. Okay, that file, this file path, right? The length should be including this folder path. Slash. So this is the file path. So you need to maintain this length, which can accept this much length or maybe more length. We don't know, right? There might be multiple folders, right? Depends, file path depends on the file where you maintained in which folder. Okay, folder name and file name also depends on the file name also. What is the length you are maintaining for file name? Now what is the next step? At selection screen, or you can just make it as obligatory, because file is mandatory. Without file you cannot proceed further without entering the file path. I'll do some validation here. So my scenario is here, what type of file we should accept in this program?
Text file. Text file, Excel
Text
file.
file only, right?
Yes, sir.
For that, we can write pattern check, or we can read the string. What is NP? CP? CP means containing the pattern. NP means not containing the pattern. Dot txt. And what we need to do? If the file path doesn't contain dot txt, we need to raise a error. This is how you can write the condition. If you want to check text.txt is there or not, how can you check that? Using CP. If it is containing this, what you need to do? If the file name contains, if that string or character contains this one, what you need to do? NP means not containing the pattern. If it is not there, if .txt is not there in the file path, what I need to do? That's how we can implement this. Let's check this, how it is working. Activate this. I'll keep a breakpoint here. I'll provide the path. So is it showing F4 here to select the file name?
No.
No, right? We have to add that. We have to add that F4 help to select F4 like file path. For now, we'll select it manually. Where is this file? We'll enter the file path manually. That's in desktop. Maybe we'll keep it in for easy selection of the file path. Maybe I can also select like this. Oh my god, there are many. So simply I'll keep somewhere in the folder. In local drive, I'll create a folder. No, I'll copy this path and I'll enter here and I'll save it as a variant so that next time I don't need to enter again. So the file contains .txt, right? Then this validation should fail. It should not go inside program accepts test files. Why it is true? It contains we need to use some. Or we'll try like this. CS. If this parameter contains this string, CS means contains this string. We should not, we don't need to do anything else. Else means if that string is not there. Or maybe we can also use stars to achieve this for now. So this contains .txt. Now, so this contains the string .txt, so that it's not doing anything. Let me change the file extension here. .xls. I'm changing .txt as xls. Now execute. Now it will throw the error, because what is the statement? CS checks for contain string, whether this file path contains this string or not. If it is available, it won't do anything. If it is not available, it will go to the else part and raise error. Okay. Or for pattern, right? Pattern you can check like this. I think CP contains pattern. I think NP is not contains the pattern.
Sir, your voice is not audible.
Yeah, sorry. So NP means, sorry, we have to use stars for pattern check. Now NP means not containing the pattern. If the file does not contain, file path does not contain .txt, we are raising the error. If you want to check, it is it available or not, we need to use CP containing pattern. If it is containing, what you have to do? For example, like this. If you want to restrict Excel files to upload, you can write a validation like this. If file contains Excel, so raise the error. Okay. If you are using not containing pattern, negative scenario, within the stars, you have to enclose the search string. This is the search string. You need to enclose this with star when you are using pattern. Okay. So this is how we can restrict the files by checking the strings. Again, we have to discuss the string operations. When we are working on the string operation, I'll explain in detail about this pattern search and strings string search in the string. Start of selection. What is the next step? We uploaded the file and we validated it. What is the next step? We need to upload, or we need to upload a file into one internal table, right? For that, what we need? We need to define one internal table, because we cannot handle that using inline declarations. Now tell me, how to define a file for this file structure, this file data, how to define an internal table.
Structure. Can you
Sorry,
can you use structure table
you mean data dictionary structure or type structure?
or type structure or data dictionary?
Okay. So for now, I'll create type structure with the same file format. You can also create data dictionary structure, but here you need to observe very important things. See, usually, right, we'll be having issues when we are dealing with numeric data or currencies, date formats, time formats. We'll be having issues with those formats when we are working with the files. Character data, we don't have any issues with character data, but we'll be having issues with numerical data. That's why defining type structure also very important here. I'll call it as raw data. What is raw data? Whatever we have in the file, right? Is this as per SAP internal format? I think employee ID is as per SAP character format, and name is also, but observe the date. Is this a proper format for SAP? No, right?
No, sir.
No,
No,
sir.
So please observe here. First we'll define fields, or I'll copy whatever the fields available in table for now with the data element. So this is my file format, right? This is how I have in the file, right? So don't define as per the table, okay? Don't define as per the table fields. So this order of the field should be by file. Compare the file and prepare type structure with reference to the file. Don't consider table or SAP structures, okay? You have to create this raw data type structure with reference to the file. What is the first field? Employee ID, okay. First field is the employee ID, employee name, date of join, city, country, and phone number. I have to prepare this type structure as per the file, okay, not as per the SAP tables. Clear? This type structure should reflect your file in the same order in the same fields. Clear? Now, so employee ID is character type, employee name is also character type, but here DOJ, date of join is there, right? What is the acceptable format for this? For example, 23/01/31. This is the acceptable format, right? For date of join.
Yes, sir.
But how
In
we,
SAP
yeah,
only.
yeah, how we have it in the file in a different format. Can we use this data element? Is this going to accept that value? If you use the date, what is the type of, what is the type of this data element? Dates, right? Is this going to accept that value? No, it won't accept that value. It will create runtime errors. So now what we need to do? Take this type as some char 10, or you can also use like this 10 See, you can also take it like this. Okay, because it's a raw data. We'll see how to convert raw data into SAP data. Now define the internal table.
Sir, DOC is a fixed length, sir. 8 characters.
That is a fixed length 8 character, but observe here in the file what is the length of this date value. Is it 8 characters or 10 characters?
So, use counting also slash, sir.
Hmm. Because it's
Okay.
a raw data. Whatever the data in the file, it is a raw data. We have to accept as it is. Okay. When we are working with the text files, I'll show you how to convert this raw data into SAP data. Okay. So for now, to accept this value, I've taken character 10. Once it is in SAP internal table, then I'll convert that raw data into whatever the format required. Now, so I've defined one internal table. What is the next step? So we need a file path that is available. We have an internal table that is also available. Now, what is the next step? We need to upload, right? We need to upload the file into internal table. So what is the function module we can use?
GUI underscore upload.
GUI underscore upload is the function module. If you know how to call the function module, it is same. There is nothing new here. Defined all the structures by default. I'll remove it here. I'll keep here if required. I'll use, otherwise I'll delete. GUI upload. So what is the file name? What are the parameters we need to pass for the GUI upload?
P underscore file.
File name. What is file name? File name is nothing but file path. Okay. First observe what is the type of this file name importing parameter, so that we have to pass the same type, right? Go to the function module and observe importing parameter. It is string only, right? Okay, we don't need to change anything. We have defined our parameter also with the same type, right? Type string. So no issue here. We can pass that p underscore file. File path. File type is ASCII. Hash field separator. What is the separator we have taken here?
Tab space.
Tab separator, right? Use X. Pass X. Remaining are all optional. We don't need. Enable this one. Uncomment this one. Now, what is tables? Data tab. It is going to return data into internal table. Now, which internal table we have to use? The internal table which we defined with reference to the file structure. Pass it here. We'll use some CL demo output just to display it for now. What type of method it is? CL demo output.
Class.
Static method.
Yeah, it's a static method. CL demo output is the class. Display is the static method. No syntax errors. We'll try to upload it first. We'll keep a breakpoint here. Provide the path and execute. Why it is not triggering? Taking time. There are some things we need to observe when I'm working in the project, right? So my first object in one company is same data migration program where the data is in Excel file, and I have to upload the data into SAP custom tables. That's my requirement. I've created the program and I tested it, and they transported it to production and I went home. So after some time, I got a call from my manager that he's saying that your program is not working. Your program is not at all executing. So I was surprised and rushed back to office and check. What the user is trying to do is he kept that Excel file open and trying to upload it and trying to run the program. So the limitation is when you keep the file open, that upload file open, try to execute the program, it won't proceed further. You have to close the file and then execute the program. So then only it will work. That is the issue what they are doing. So there might be very small issues which are going to cause issues. We need to know all of those simple things also. So don't keep open your Excel files open when you are uploading the same file to SAP. Okay, because the function module cannot access that file if you keep it open. I don't think we have that issue with the text files. I observed the issue with Excel files. So this is the path. Click on F6. Allow. So this is the file what we have. Looks like there is some enhancement. It is displaying something. Enable the exceptions. You can check the sub RC here. It is mandatory in S4HANA, right? Exceptions you have to handle here with specific message. If S5 sub RC is not equal to 0, otherwise it will be captured in ATC checks. Also, I faced one more issue in the same project. So it's a data migration program. The file data is in a Excel file. There are millions of records are there. And again, I created the program and I got some they created a defect that the program is very slow. When you execute the file, it is taking almost 1 day to complete the program execution. Usually that should not happen. The program is perfectly fine. There is no select statements. There is no select star statements. Everything is fine. The program is trying to upload data into custom table, one custom table, right? I've created the program and I transported it to production. I tested it and transported to production. But it is not working fine. It is taking too much time to complete. Can you guys, any of you guess any root cause for that? Here I am uploading the data to custom table. They have complained that your program is taking forever. It's not at all working. It is taking almost 1 day to complete the records, which should be completed within 10-15 minutes or maybe in 30 minutes. Anyone can guess any root cause?
Call transaction.
No, I'm
Can
not using any call transaction or anything. It is just normal insert statement. I'm inserting data into one custom table, SAP custom database table.
code will be fast.
No, no, everything is perfect. Code is perfect. What they are doing is they have created a table with size category 0. Okay. Then there is some limit, right, for size category 1000, maybe 1000 or 2000 records. File contains millions of records. What it is doing? First, it is creating 1000 records. There is no space, right? There is no enough size category, right? Once 1000 records are completed in the table, next, what will happen if the size category is completed?
It will add automatically.
It will request for an additional size. It will automatically get some additional size. One more 1000 records. It will get. There should be some program or something will execute and it will assign one more size category with 1000 records. Again, those 1000 records are also completed. Again, it needs to request another 1000 records, another 1000 records. Like that, to process these millions of records, this has to request thousands of times, right? For additional size, additional size. That's why the program is taking too much time because they have used incorrect size category. We are trying to upload millions of records. They are using only 0 as size category. Once the 1000 records are completed, it is requesting system for the more size. That process is continuing for each 1000 records. That's why program took almost 1 day to complete, right? They're all practical issues what we used to face in projects. So see, the file is uploaded into internal table. Now we have the data in the internal table. Now you can do whatever you want with this data, right? Whatever the conditions we want to apply, you can apply here. So can we upload this data into SAP table? What is the date format it is accepting? It is in raw format, right? If you try to upload this data into SAP table, is it going to accept the date format? No, right? Let's convert that into table format, which is acceptable for the table. First, define one internal table with table structure. So this internal table is not relevant for the file. This is relevant for the table. Okay. Now loop this raw data internal table. Loop this raw data internal table. We'll create work area. Now we have raw data in this. We'll convert that data into SAP acceptable data format, right? Now we'll populate data into this table internal, the internal table which is with reference to the table structure. Okay, we'll populate data to this internal table. Move corresponding WA underscore raw data to WA underscore EMP data. So this work area is raw data work area, and this work area is table reference work area. We need to use this table reference work area to insert data into database table. Now what about the date format? It is an incorrect format, right? Let's convert that date format. WA underscore EMP data hyphen DOJ equal to, how we need to pass the date? Date is in this format, right? Date is in this format. For example, 31/01/2023. That is in raw data work area. Now how to pass this raw data work area value to this one? First we'll split the date. Data of LV underscore day equal to, what we need to pass here for date, for day we'll take offset raw data hyphen doj. Tell me what is the offset for date? This one, day is this. Starting from 0, first two characters, right? That is day, right? Plus 0 of 2. That means DD. Next, for month, tell me the offset for month. Tell me the offset for month.
This also 0 2.
Month.
3 of
So this is the value. What is the offset for month here? This is month. 0 1 is the month. 1 2 3. First three characters are related to date and separator. How to write offset for month? Starting from third character, from this next two characters, that is month. 3 of 2, that is mm. What about the year? Tell me the offset for year.
6, sir.
Tell me the complete offset.
5 of 6 of
Yes.
4.
1 1 2 3
5 of
4
5
5
of
5 of 6, sir. 5 or 6.
1 2 3 4 5 6. Starting from sixth position. Starting from sixth position, next four characters. 4 of, sorry, 6 of 4.
4.
This is year. Now concatenate all of this to TOJ. What is the date format?
Year, month, date, sir.
Now we have to concatenate in the same order. LV underscore year. So this is the concatenate statement. You can combine multiple strings into one string using this. LV underscore month, LV underscore day. Now we converted the date format as per internal SAP's internal date format. We removed the separators. We removed the separators. No, we did not remove, but we did not take that. We did not read those values. We read only day, month, and year from the raw date format. So we converted raw date into SAP's internal date format, right? Now we have data in the work area. How to insert this data into database table? What is the statement we need to use to insert data into database table? What is the statement to insert data into database table, to create the data into database table? Yesterday I have explained you all the database operations: insert, update, modify. Insert is the statement, okay?
Insert or modify, sir.
Insert is the statement to upload data into or to create data in the database table. What is our table name? Database table name ZDemo employee. Insert ZDemo employee. From which one? Where is our data record? That is in this work area, WAMP data. From this one. If sub RC equal to 0, commit work. It will commit the database. It will permanently save the record into database table. Else, if sub RC is not equal to 0, roll back work. It will revert the insertion, database insertion. Clear? So you can also insert multiple records at the same time using a single statement. For that you need to use internal table instead of work area. Now whatever the work area or internal table you are using, that is with reference to this table. Both should be like this work area or internal table should refer to this table. Okay. You should not use raw data format here. Okay. Now execute. Now keep a breakpoint here. Provide the file path. Is everyone able to understand what we are doing? We are uploading the internal table data to SAP table using insert statement. So we are uploading record by record within the loop, one by one. We are not uploading all together. For that, first we are converting raw data into SAP's internal date format. F5. Did I just complete the process? Did I click on F8? Let me check the data. Okay. Execute. So these are uploaded. Looks like instead of F5, I pressed F7 or F8. So see, Date is in correct format only, right? It is uploaded in the correct format because we converted that into SAP's internal date format by using this offset. And again, I'll show you how this offset is going to work. Can we insert the same records again? Can we insert the same records again? Is it going to accept
No.
with the same primary key? No, it's not going to accept. We have to change at least the primary key fields. Rest of the fields it's going to accept, but at least the primary key should be different. Saved the file.
The starting name of sir.
I can't get you, Srikanth. Can you repeat again? So we have raw data in this internal table. Now let's convert the date first before going to proceed further. Okay. So this is the raw data and these are the
Change
offsets.
the
Okay. This is how offset work. You can apply it on any string. Okay. If you want to read the first 4 characters of the name, if you want to read last 4 characters of the city, you can apply this offset like this. 0 is the starting position. This is the starting position. And whatever you are mentioning in the bracket is the total length you want to capture. Okay. You have to specify the starting position and next how many characters you want to copy, right? You have to mention that here in brackets. So what I'm doing, I'm converting this date into SAP's internal date format. So I have copied the data into month, year and date. Day, month, year. So I have the data and what I am doing here in DOJ. So because I am using move corresponding, right? Here I am using move corresponding, right? That's why it automatically moved that because both field names are same. Field name in a table and the field name what we are taking in file structure both are same. That's why it is populated the data. See, observe one more thing. Whatever the field names we are using in file structure, there is no rule that both table field names and these field names should be match. Okay, you can take different field names also. If you take different field names, what you need to do within the loop here, you need to do one-to-one mapping. Move corresponding is not going to work. Okay, so I've converted table structure date into SAP's internal date format using this concatenate statement. Now I'm inserting the data into SAP table subrc0 commit work. This process will continue for all the records. Okay, F8. Now records should be saved in table like this. Okay, now I'll quickly add a F4 help because it's every time it is difficult, right, to copy the path and enter here. But if you have a F4 help, we can directly select from the folder. So for that we have a function module which we need to implement that in at selection screen. So here we need to write a different syntax. Please observe. We also call it as dynamic search help. We also call it as a dynamic search help. It is also an interview question. How can you implement a dynamic search helps in the program? By using at selection screen on value request. By using this statement, at selection screen on value request statement, you can implement dynamic search helps. Okay. At selection screen on value request for which field, which parameter we need to add search help. This one, right? p underscore file. Provide the file name here. Okay. Provide the parameter name here. For the which parameter we need to add the dynamic search help. Here we need to add that F4 help to select the file. For that we have a function module. Go to pattern. Call function module. I don't remember the function module. I'll just search with F4.
F4 file name, sir.
Okay, F4 file name. Yeah, let's assume you don't know that. You can search here. Okay, or I'll use file name. I think this is the function module available for F4 help. File name, file manager support to locate the file in directory. To locate the file in directory. F4 file name is the function module. So what it will accept? What it will return? It will return the file path as input. It won't accept any input, but it will return file path as a output. Okay. So what is the type of this file name? Go to export. What is the type? We have to take file path. This is the associated type. Double click on it. Type local file. This is type local file. We need to define one parameter with type local file. Okay, it is already populated. We have to pass this to here. So the file path will be returned to this one, p underscore file name parameter. Can we, where now we need to pass which one to this GUI upload function module? This one, whatever returned by the function module we need to pass, not the actual parameter name. Now tell me, both are compatible, p underscore file name and this GUI upload. This is type string, and whatever this function module returns, data element is local file, and data type is character length 128. Both are not compatible, right? Both are not compatible, right?
Yes, sir.
In this case, what we need to do? We need to create one more variable with the string type. Create one variable with string type. And pass the file path to string type. Path equal to p underscore file. Now pass this string type variable to GUI upload function module to avoid the type compatibility issues. LV underscore path. LV underscore path. Yes. No syntax errors. So what is the function module we can use for file selection? F4 file name. Okay. Execute. Now if you see, it is displaying a search help, right? Open the directory. Where is it? I think it is in D drive, somewhere in the D drive. This PC, go to D drive, file upload, select your file. Why it is not selecting? Sorry, I should take this, not that one. P underscore file. And what is the type? This should be same type as this parameter. I'll change this as string to local file or character 128. But parameter is type character 128. But whatever the GUI upload function module accepts is a type string, right? So that's why I created one string type variable and I am passing this local file type to string type before going to pass it to the GUI upload. Now test it. Click on F4, select the file. Why it is not selecting? P underscore file only I'm taking. Anyway, these are not necessary. I'll comment this. We need only importing parameter, that is file name. Keep a breakpoint and execute. F4. What is happening? P underscore file parameter name is correct. Oh, that's what the issue. I've defined two different parameters. One is variable and one is parameter. That's why it is overwriting the value. I've removed it. I removed it, the variable which I defined. Now it should work. Short dump. Function module was called incorrectly. The function module interface defined file name field p underscore specified as different field type. However, okay, it is saying that we are passing a different file type for the function module. Change it.
Sir, sorry, first లో p underscore file string అని define చేసాం కదా సార్.
I've changed it to local file, right?
Yes, sir.
Or I'll take the same parameter, whatever available here in exporting parameter. Type local file. Okay, it is still string here. Okay, I've changed this variable. Oh shit, I did a mess. This is, should be string. So instead of that, I changed the different one. So this is how we are going to work. So tomorrow we'll see Excel file. Excel file upload and CSV file upload. Also we have to work on downloading the files, downloading the internal table data into local files. Okay. So you have to observe these types. GUI upload will accept string type. Okay? GUI upload will accept the string type, not the local file. But F4 function module will accept type local file. Okay. That's why I defined the parameter with type local file. And then I have taken one more variable with string type. And I am passing that local file data to string type, and I am passing the string type to GUI upload function module. Okay, clear? So this is also an important interview question, like how to create the dynamic search helps using this at selection screen on value request event. You can use to create the dynamic search helps. Okay. So tomorrow we'll work on the rest of the file operations.